Paula waved at everybody in my last one.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to thank you guys for taking these few minutes with me. This is a speech for my oral communication class for school. There are days that she struggles trying to let me know what she wants. Her frustration can turn to anxiety and slowly turn into a full-blown meltdown. We wish there was more that we could do for her, but all we can do is our best. You see, this person is my disabled daughter who is also nonverbal, and communication is something that we have been working on with her for over 16 years. But there's no easy solution, there's no silver bullet, there's no magic wand. There are several ways you can communicate with a nonverbal person, but no matter which way a nonverbal person chooses to communicate with anyone, it can be difficult to understand. Today I'll be talking about a few ways we can all communicate with nonverbal people. Have you ever seen a picture menu in McDonald's similar to this? These were designed for people that cannot communicate their wants or needs. These menus are similar to a type of communication system called PECS, or the Picture Exchange Communication System. The PECS system uses small icon-like pictures as their primary form of communication. How it works is fairly simple. The nonverbal person opens up a book of picture icons that they typically carry to communicate, and they grab a picture and they hand it to the person that they are trying to communicate with. The PECS can also be used at home to create a calendar, daily or weekly schedules, and create a calendar for everyday use. Anyone can look at the pictures pointed to and understand what is needed and what is expected of them or what comes next. This is one of the easiest systems to use because it uses universal pictures for their communication. However, it can get really overwhelming for a nonverbal person to have to look through all those pages to try to find the picture that they want to use. Not to mention hauling the book around to be able to use. This is the reason why some people choose to use an augmentative and alternative communication device, also called an AAC. The AAC devices are programmable units with pictures that allow the nonverbal person to have a voice by selecting pictures and the unit speaking for them. There are several different types of AAC units available on the market today. Some of the more popular developers are Prunky Romich and the Dynavox. Regardless of the developer, all the AAC units serve the same purpose, to give the nonverbal person a voice. But they can vary in size, function, and complexity. And depending on which developer one chooses to work with, they'll have different programming associated with them. All the AAC units utilize pictures just like the PECS program. Some schools and families use both the AAC units and the PECS system a lot together in order to get these nonverbal people to communicate for everybody. They're able to use a series of touchscreen pages on these AAC devices to choose what they want to say. They can be programmed with pages of verbs, pages of action pictures, pages of food pictures, and sentence starters. It is really unlimited on the number of pictures that can be programmed into these devices. You can even upload personal photos for a family page. You can also have a favorites page where they can just go and they can quickly find what they want. There's a lot of days where I hear, I want Dora the Explorer all the time at home. Some of the programs that are utilized also offer apps which you can download onto ISO or Android devices. Some of the more popular ones are Prologue to Go and the LAMP app. This is a very convenient option for families because the use of the app is unlimited. You can put it on multiple devices, and it's a much more affordable option. This is also a nice feature because if your AAC device gets broken or it crashes, the user has the availability of a second device to continue using it. There is one other popular means of communication that nonverbal people can utilize, and it's a form of communication that has been around the longest. This form of communication is sign language. Some suggest that the American Sign Language, or ASL, has been around for over 200 years. ASL is expressed by movement of the hands and the face. If this is taught to a nonverbal person starting at a young age, and they're surrounded by people that communicate by ASL, this could be very successful for that person. However, ASL is not universal, and not everyone will know what that nonverbal person is trying to say. The majority of ASL users are in a deaf community or live or know someone who is deaf. ASL is starting to be taught as an elective in some school districts. It's being offered at some colleges and even some community centers, but it's just like learning a foreign language. It takes time and patience. A lot of nonverbal people also have cognitive and physical disabilities, which make ASL challenging to learn. If a stroke patient has paralysis on one side, they couldn't use ASL. Or if you're trying to communicate with somebody who has fine motor skill impairments, they could not successfully use ASL either. Communication with a nonverbal person is very different for each of them. What works for one might not work very well for the other. Some people may not even be able to communicate with any of the systems that I talked about today, the PEC system, AAC units, or sign language, due to other disabilities or health issues. In those cases, other types of supportive communication methods may have to be used. But regardless of what kind of communication system that they have in place, you need to maintain eye contact and have a lot of patience and understanding. Because while it's frustrating that you're trying to figure it out, it's even more frustrating for that nonverbal person to try to get you to understand.